Welcome to What's My Age Again, a lifestyle podcast for those of us who are older than young. Hey, we're back.
We're
I know you missed
back.
us.
Yay.
So yeah, we took a little break. I know it was kind of unexpected, but
Unannounced.
life just happens. We got busy. We got kids and I'm going back to school. Spoiler alert. So, which Jessica and I are now rivals.
Yeah. So this chick, let me tell you about her. She doesn't give a shit about college football or football for that matter. And now all of a sudden she's like, who are you again? I don't even
Go
know. What college are
Aggies.
you going to? The Aggies. Jeez
Texas
Louise.
A&M.
God, that's nothing to be excited or proud of, Sarah. It's fine. I mean, not everybody can be University of Georgia Bulldogs. And I mean, it's just reality. It's fine.
Yeah. I didn't even know what it meant. I had to look it up. I was like, what is an Aggie? It's because Texas A&M started as an agricultural college.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, things I didn't know, but now I
There's
do.
a lot of weird ones. That could be a whole conversation, all
A
the
lot of
weird
ones.
college mascots out there.
Well, they had to send me a whole pamphlet of the Aggie language. Because apparently there's a whole bunch of sayings that they have that
Yep.
I need to
Same
know.
at UGA. It's funny.
Yeah, you guys go hard for your colleges. I remember, well, my kids are still going through it, but applying for colleges and thinking let's consider what the mascot is, because I do think it's important.
What's
How
the
do I
team
look in
colors?
this
Because I
color?
have to
Yeah.
look good in it.
What
Yeah.
color are we wearing, and what are we? Yeah.
Well, you know what's so funny is every sports team I've ever supported and backed always has the color red in it. I don't know why. Like I started off New England Patriots, Boston Red Sox, and then living in Florida, it was the Buccaneers because I was basically realized I'm not a football team fan. I follow players and I loved Brady. I loved Gronkowski. I loved Edelman. They were like a holy trifecta of football. Then, they all pretended to retire and then Brady and Gronk ended up at Buccaneers in Tampa. So I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm a Buccaneer now.
Is that like the sports ball version of snowbirding? They leave New England sports and go to Florida.
I mean, quite possibly. They're just fantastic.
Because Bergeron, hockey,
Yeah.
I do follow, but Bergeron is off the Bruins. He got traded to Florida Panthers, so he didn't
Anyway,
retire or anything, but he's in Florida now.
Marchand. But yes, exactly
Oh,
right.
sorry, Marchand. See,
No, you're good. You're good. Your husband will
sports puck.
keep
Right?
straight. But yeah,
sports puck.
same thing. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good thing. Yeah, these athletes get to a point where they're successful and they're making a ton of money, and they're like, why am I also freezing? I think I can myself
somewhere else.
Got this. I don't know.
So in case you guys are wondering who our third voice is here, this is our new friend Erin.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad to be part of this. A random phone call a few weeks ago got me here, and I'm so thrilled to be hanging with you guys. And I know we're going to have a blast and a lot of fun things to talk about and a lot of exciting things coming. So thank you for having me.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you. Totally. Jessica, why don't you give us a quick update on where you be at in life?
I am so peaceful in life, and that's what's most important to me. Sometimes you go through seasons of evolution and learning about yourself, and I definitely definitely came out of some hard seasons as we started this podcast. When we first started, I was just coming out of a divorce, and that was traumatic. Kind of last year was just working my way through it. Like the first year is always survival. The second year is just like get your footing, figure out who you are. And now this year is my thriving year. So I'm just setting myself up to continue to grow and just be comfortable with who I am and at all costs protect my peace. That's where I've been.
Yes, I love that for you because as your ride or die here, it's been really hard to watch you kind of go through a lot of this stuff because it was really, really difficult and emotional. And am just happy that you've like worked through the stuff, learned the
Yeah.
lessons that you've, needed to learn in order to get to like where you are right now.
But yeah, I
And
cannot
it's
stress.
like being a mom, right? Like you hate to see your kids struggle because you
Yeah.
want to be like, ugh, do this.
Yeah.
It won't hurt so much. But if you do that, like, you know, they don't learn, they don't grow,
Yeah.
they
You
don't.
got to learn your lessons.
Yeah,
Boy,
and I
did
don't
I
mean that
learn
in
some lessons.
and I don't mean that in like a condescending way. It's more
No.
um like there's a transformation that happens, right? Like the butterfly in the cocoon has to struggle to get out. If you just opened it for them, then there's like pieces that they miss of like the journey that they were supposed to go through. So
So poetic. Look, are you now going to be the one using metaphors? Like, that's my
it
thing.
could be. Jessica was the metaphor
That's my
queen.
thing.
Yeah.
I love my metaphors. There's like a
Yeah.
love language. But yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely, I can't stress enough the benefit of learning boundaries and the power of saying no
Yes.
and to let go of what no longer serves us.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of
that.
love saying no. It
A
hurts.
what?
It's uncomfortable. I love saying no.
Oh,
It does
yeah,
feel
no.
good.
It like
I love
hurts and it
being
can be uncomfortable.
unapologetic. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
watching other people get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just had a very uncomfortable conversation with someone where I had to pretty much just lay out like, your feelings are valid. I understand your feelings, but your feelings do not impact me or this situation.
Mm.
And that was awesome.
But have you always been like that, or is that something you've
No, hell no. Oh my
Yeah, yeah,
God. This is,
no, none of us. I don't think women generally yeah. I'm so
yeah,
proud of you. I love
I
hearing
think
that.
you just gotta like kind of become hard. I know it sounds bad, but it's not hard for you. It's hard for everyone else. Like it's actually very freeing for me. And like I cannot like my I'm such a fangirl of Mel Robbins and her Let Them
Yes.
theory. And that's what has been so transformative for me. That along, I did some other self-help books as we do middle age, but that one was so good. I have like suggested it to 2 people just this week. I'm like, this is what you need.
Girl, I listened to um Mel Robbins podcast for the first time. When I go into the office, I have like a 50-minute commute. That's 50.
Yeah, too.
And she's been on my list. And so I just like picked up the latest episode that had come out that week. And I must have texted it to like 5 people. I
It's
was like,
just
you need
she's
to listen to this.
so her disposition, her attitude, and her vibe is just so solid. And I love that she's like, I have been the most insecure woman. Like she has had all the feels, she's gone through all the,
Yeah.
evolutions. And like she's a girl's girl, like a woman's woman. She's someone that I think everyone can relate to.
Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing because in the episode that my first episode of hers that I listened to, um, it was about having emotionally immature parents.
Oh, nail
And
on head.
mm, and I loved that she was like, I was an emotionally immature parent for most of my kids' lives. And like I recognize that and am like working on it. And I loved that she like admitted that about herself. And one of the
Yeah.
girls that I sent it to, she like her mom also listened to it. Like she didn't send it to her mom, but her mom had listened to it. And her mom was like having these like self-reflective moments of also recognizing that like, yeah, like I was not my best self and like I was emotionally
Mhm.
immature.
Mhm. Well,
And
we
if you
just had that conversation too. Like,
yeah.
we are the parents. So, Sarah and I both had interesting upbringings, very different, but also very scarring. Is that proper? I don't even know. But yeah.
Yeah.
And
Keyword trauma.
trauma. And so, something I realized, I started doing like program, I guess you could call it, shadow work, and it's a therapeutic method in order to like tap into maybe suppressed trauma that we all have. I mean, who doesn't at this point in life? And it's hard, it's emotional, it's scary. If you're gonna do it, be prepared. I was not prepared, and I was like, holy crap! The things that I was able to tap into and recognize were so life changing to be able to come to terms with that I wouldn't have had I not done this program. And so one of the things, it touched on is when you're sitting there, like imagine yourself in a room sitting next to your younger self. What is it they need from a safe adult right now that you would like to give them? God, I'm going to cry just thinking about it. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And I came to terms with, like, I am the parent I am today because the parent I needed wasn't there. The safe adult I needed wasn't there. So that's what I have become for my own child, to kind of like heal myself. Like, I became the parent I wish I had. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, you see the memes nowadays, like, I finally found the perfect man, my dream man. I had to become him for myself. Like, it's kind of like one of those things. You got to become the mom you needed.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
pulled it
that's
up.
the
So the
thing.
quote that I sent you was, "You grow into the woman your younger self would run to for protection."
Yes. Yes. 100%.
It's like, ooh,
But
that,
like, I just had a really hard conversation with one of my very, very good friends. I love her. She has been through a hard season post divorce, as we all go through. And she has a daughter that is at an age that she was when she got unexpectedly pregnant with her. And her daughter, she just found out, she's like, my whole world has crashed. Her daughter went on one Tinder date, didn't know the guy's last name, and ended up getting pregnant. She just found out and she told me yesterday. But
wow.
they're making choices, and that's for them, and that's their private choice. But she's like, Jessica, I have not been there. She's watched me try to replace the love I lost through divorce by dating all the wrong men and making all the wrong choices. And she just wants love
Yeah.
like I did. And she's desperately seeking, and she's beautiful but naive and trusting the wrong people. Doesn't know this guy's last name. Happened in a car, messaged him on Tinder. He blocked her. Like, really horrible situation. And she's taking so much resentment and blame for that. And I'm like, you did the best you could with what you had and what you were emotionally prepared for at that time. You can't.
But
I
also, I
think as
feel like
parents, we have to give ourselves grace too, because we're
yeah,
parents for the first time also.
That's just
And
it. And that's what I tried to remind her. I'm like, none of us know what we're doing. We're all figuring it out. And kids make mistakes. And, maybe you didn't prepare her for this, but what you can do is be there for her right now.
yeah, I was just going to say, I think the true test of parenthood is not preventing our children from making mistakes, because they're human. They're going to
Yes.
make mistakes, right? Like,
Yeah.
we try to teach them everything. I'm sure she's had the conversation with her child about, safe sex and all of that stuff. And kids, they forget, they don't remember, or they feel like they know better, right? So I think the true test of being a good parent is not preventing your children from making mistakes, but it's how you respond to them when they make those mistakes, how you show up for
100%.
them, how you guide them. And that's all she can do right now. I just, and I
And
say this
that's
as like the
exactly
mother
what
of a
she's
3-year-old,
doing. Right.
but that's how I hope to show up for Nyla later on, right? If she makes a big mistake, I want her to come to me and we'll figure out the solution
Yeah.
together. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. And it's like, you want to be like, well, getting, pregnant, that's a big mistake. I mean,
It's not a
it's
big
just
she's
a
mistake.
a
You had
mistake.
sex.
It's
what
You
good
had
does that
sex.
relative.
do for a girl right now?
Yeah.
And it's
She
she's
knows.
a
No one's
legal
feeling better
adult.
on herself than she is, I'm sure. Nobody feels like she made a bigger mistake than she does. She doesn't need
For
to feel.
sure.
She knows.
For sure.
I mean,
And the
we
thing
all
is,
mess up. Some of our mess ups are more public and obvious than others, but we all mess up. We've all done things we regret. We all wish we could take things back. And when you're in a situation like that, and perhaps it's going to get out there and perhaps it's going to be known to the world that this happened, it's just sometimes, people in those situations can get treated very unfairly because we all have our
Totally.
sins, we all have our things we've
Yeah.
done. And, but not everybody always has the privilege of knowing them. So I'm sure that your friend is going to give her daughter a ton of love and I hope she doesn't also feel guilty as a mom, because we all do the best we can. I'm sure she did not drive her daughter into this situation,
right.
and we do the best we can. And now she really has a chance to show up for her daughter. And I think it's like a beautiful opportunity. Life is messy and life is hard, but she's got a really good opportunity here to do something.
Yeah.
And she is. She loves her children so much, and she was definitely having a hard time and feeling a lot of guilt. But she's just wrapping her arms around her and spending a lot of real intentional time with her right now, and just trying to make choices and get through it. And my heart, if you're listening, girl, I love you and I support you. But this is
We love
just
you
like,
too.
this is everybody's gonna
I
love
love
you
you
and
too.
pray for you.
You're okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's just it really just comes down to like, life is messy, hence why we took a break from podcasting. Things happen.
Yeah, they do. They happen.
Happens to
Sometimes,
everybody.
and you come out on the other side hopefully better than when you
Mhm.
went in. Um,
I
yeah,
wouldn't trade anything that's happened in the past couple of years. Like, yeah, it sucked, but I love who I've evolved into, and I have no desire to go back. It's so funny because, like, I have a girlfriend about to turn 40. I have a couple.
oh, me?
One of them sitting right here. No, this one isn't you. This one's Laura. Laura's
Okay.
about to turn 42. Well, 40 as well. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Hers isn't until October, November.
Mhm.
Can't remember. But she was saying we went to see a band, and we were giving our IDs to the bouncer, and he's like, "Oh, you're 42." To me, he's like, "I'm 42 as well." I'm like, "We've talked about this before. We've had the same conversation, sir."
Yeah.
And then she's
Is
like,
this
"I'm
your
not 40."
line? Is this your thing that you do?
I'm like, "Is this what you do?" And then Laura's like, "I'm not 40 yet. I still have a couple more months." And I'm like, there's nothing that would make me want to be in my 30s again, but you just think that's cool. You just do that.
Just what an ick thing to say. What, like, we could do, well, I mean, we'll do a whole episode on this at some point, but like, what was the purpose of that comment
Oh,
in
we
that
know. We're just
moment?
not gonna, we don't need to address that. We know. We know how this goes.
Yeah, actually, I think our last episode we did was
Uh-huh.
about this exact same
Kind of
person.
situation where you gotta yuck someone's yum to feel good about
To
your
feel
yum.
good and feel better. I
Fine.
mean, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like opposite of that. I'm
Oh,
like,
girl, you cheer
I would
me
just be
on.
more like,
You're like, hell yeah, that girl's 42. That's my
yeah,
girl. Look at
that's
her.
my girl right there. She's like she's holding it together. She looks good. Like 40 is the new 20. I don't know. Like,
Truly, I feel good like all the way up to 70s at this point. I'm sure it'll keep evolving. When I look at women in their 70s, I'm like, shit. I'm like, I'm not worried about it. Like, look at these.
yeah,
As long as you keep
just
on.
don't look at my mom. She's
Just
not
don't
God,
give
I
aging
was
up.
well.
just gonna say, like, do you look at pictures of like our moms and our grandmothers when they were like, I'm 50 now, you guys are 40, approaching 40. Like, I think we're lucky. Like, I do feel
We're
lucky.
made different.
Yeah.
I mean, we were made different. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you
We are made
seen
with modern
were-
medicine.
Yeah.
well, have you seen the
Dress and the way we act, and I think our like mentality and like I'm 50 and I feel like I'm getting a fresh start. I don't know if women of my mom's and grandmother's generations had that luxury, that privilege,
yeah,
I think they gave up a lot.
I think so too.
or everything.
I think they gave up a lot. I mean, not my mom. My mom probably still feels in her 20s, to be honest. I've had to reel that
That's
woman in
good.
a million times.
Yeah,
Yeah, but have you
she's
seen
a little
those things
wild.
about like sitcoms from like the 80s and 90s and
God,
they're
I
like
hate those.
like
Like the Golden
Seinfeld?
Girls, like they were
Golden
like
Girls?
younger than me.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I
my.
have no problem being a new version of a golden girl, but this bitch has Botox. I'm not looking like that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm
It's
still, I mean, I'm sorry. They were not. I mean, Blanche was having sex. The rest of them, they were done. Like, I'm
They
sorry.
were done.
I'll be honest. Sex is shit. I forgot my kids home. Anyway, I'll be honest. Like, I think it's a million times better after 40.
See?
And, that's why I'm dating someone 6.5 years younger than me.
I didn't realize he was that much younger than you.
I know I don't tell people, but now we know. It's just between us girls and the,
Yeah, but you've
handfuls
always
of
been a
listeners.
Puma.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
I attract them. It's either
You just have young buck energy.
literally, I could date you or your dad. That's a very common problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except you wouldn't date the dad, you would date
I tried. I did go out on a couple of dates with a man who was 54, but he was like Peter Pan syndrome. And that's the problem. When you date the men that are older, they have Peter Pan syndrome. And the younger have more maturity and have their shit together. See, this is the thing. You got to find them right when they're coming out of a divorce that was her fault. That's how you find the good ones. Like you got to, and they can't be too traumatized yet, right? So they just got to be that right age. He's dying to listen to the podcast, and I've told him he's not allowed. I'll let him listen to this one. So
You
he
need to
feels
let him listen.
well.
Just let it
He
all
can
hang
listen
out.
to this one.
You can listen to all of them. You have my permission.
We know who to listen to here. Like it's me, not Sarah.
Nyla's been going through this phase where like she wants to know who's the boss.
Oh boy.
And it's so funny. It just cracks me up. Anyways, that just made me think about like I'm the boss. Yeah. Every other day it changes. Like most of the time she's like that like mommy's the boss. The other day for the first time she said that daddy was the boss, but like if it's not mom, it's her. Like I'm the boss. It's like
That's so cute. She
you
wants to be in charge.
Are you the boss?
Gino's going through that too. He was super excited at the end of the school year. He got to be part of safety patrol, where he helps like get kids to the cars and make sure everybody's quiet and good in line. And he enjoys power, that child. It's very disturbing. But he also is like a moderator or something on his Roblox games. And I hear him like, hey, we don't use that kind of language in here. Like it's so funny. But then
leadership's coming out.
He really does. He is a natural born leader. He's an old soul too. But I love it because I encourage him to question things because I think that's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll ask me a question and then ask me a question and then be like, but this, even though I already give an answer. And I've stopped and I'm like, we can keep doing this. You can keep arguing with me or you can choose to stop now because it doesn't matter. At the end, I'm going to be correct. And he was like, okay. Like, I'm just like, we're going to repeat this. So you can accept that I'm correct and what I say goes.
No.
Or,
yeah. Nyla loves to say, I told you.
Oh, shoot. I love that child.
Yeah. She insists on putting her shoes on the wrong feet.
Yeah.
And I try to like, oh, it goes on these feet. And she goes, no. And so then when she forces him on the wrong foot, she's like, I told you.
I will suffer. I will be in pain. I will trip all day long, but I got my shoes on the feet. I want them.
They win.
At the end of the day, I was correct.
Okay, see, and that's the thing. Like, that's another quality that's going to serve her through her life, right? Like that, like power, that like strong headedness, like in a good way. Like it's going to serve her.
Sure.
Those are the kids that are like tough to raise sometimes. They're not the ones that are always like the easiest to have in your own home, but you have to look at it like this is going to serve her. Like she's going to rule the world, rule the world with his leadership. I love it.
Yeah. She cracks me up for sure.
It definitely circles back to like, now I'm going back to like the book Boundaries. I love that book. Something I learned in it was allowing your child to have that headstrong mind. And one of the things is like that they touched on is like sharing even. You, by forcing your children to share and by forcing your kids to not talk out things and like allow them the room to say why they think maybe the way you're doing something is wrong and the way they want to do it is better, by having that conversation with them, you are either nurturing or I'm trying to think how to explain it. So basically you are creating people pleasers by making them share toys, by making them follow rules that they don't understand when they think they might have a different solution. You're supposed to talk it out. You're supposed to give them the choices. You're supposed to say you could share this toy, but if you really don't want to, that's fine. Just keep in mind, someday you're going to want to use somebody else's toy and they're going to say no. And you're going to have to accept that because that's their boundary. So it's so crazy how you don't even realize you're like, I just want my kid to be a nice person and share. But really you're creating a people pleaser or someone who's just going to be
what would your book say? Because I used to say like share, but I understand there are things we have that are like private or personal or just special to us. Like maybe you could share this if you don't want to share that. Was that a bad thing? Would your book say that? Because I think we all have things that are just, we kind of would just keep to ourselves. And that's okay, right? As long as it's on everything that we would keep
I'm
charting.
an only child. Like, I am the queen of not sharing when I was little. Like, never, ever. I didn't want to. But with like my child, he's an only child also. And I was just very much like, I understand not wanting to share something. And I would just also remind him, like, just keep in mind someday if you want to borrow something from someone and they say no, you got to respect
Or
that
maybe this
too. So
moment,
just
maybe they have
be
their
the
reasons.
person you hope everyone is to you.
So I have a little bit of a different solution for that. So in the moment, I don't make her share the toy. Now, what I might say is, do you think you'll be done with your turn soon? And then they can take a turn.
Oh, that's clever.
And then when they're done, you can have it back and have another turn. But there are some things that are very special to her that I have noticed that she just doesn't want to share under any term, no turns.
Yeah.
And so we have a conversation before friends come over, or if she wants to bring something with her. And I say, just understand that when they come over, they're probably going to want to play with that toy too. So why don't we put your extra special toys away?
Yes.
So you
So
don't
we have a
have
top
to
shelf
share
for
them.
that.
Like, just get rid of them.
That
Just
way
get them
the
out of
other
sight.
child also is not facing like rejection or not understanding. It's better for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
also rejection is an important part of life. Losing is
Yeah.
important. Not being good at something is important. Gino had his first girlfriend and they broke up right before the end of school. But they were together for months. Like he liked her the beginning of the school year. Then he told her and she's like, well, I like someone else. And he's like, that's okay, but I like you. And then we went away for Christmas break, came back, and she asked him to be her boyfriend at lunch. And it was really cute. It was just like a really sweet, like they'd get on and line and play video games together as their date. It was like really cute. But then the end of the school year, they're going to different middle schools because middle school splits.
Yeah.
It's summer. Like I even said to him, I'm like, just know, like this was a great learning experience and you guys can remain friends and play video games. I'm like, but you're probably not going to see her again. And if you do, it's going to be like years down the line. And so like they decided to break up and he was good with it. He's like, I cried a little at first. He's like, it's okay. I'm okay. He's like, we can still be friends. I'm like, exactly. I mean, it was the first experience. I mean, he's in 5th grade. It's not serious, but it was like I'm really proud of how he handled it.
Yeah.
But it was his first rejection. And I'm like, welcome to the reality of the world.
Yeah.
Good job.
That could be a whole nother episode because as you know, Jessica and Aaron will learn, I do have very strong opinions on allowing our children to date when they are living in our home because I was not. And then I was not prepared for how to deal with relationships, breakups, someone not treating me right and not feeling like I just had to continue pleasing them and like stay in that relationship. Yeah, so that could be something that we have like a whole conversation about how like the best time for kids to learn how to have relationships with their partners is like when they're under your roof and they can come and they can like have a debrief session with you after a date and talk about what they liked and what they didn't like and let's strategize about that. Like, well, did you tell them that you didn't like the way they behaved? Because people treat you how you allow them to treat you, right?
100%.
So if you don't say something, then that doesn't make them a bad person. They just don't know that they crossed a boundary or a line.
And maybe they didn't have a good example at home and growing up of boundaries. You got to always
it's a learning
think
experience for both kids, like in both ways, right? Like being broken up with is just as important a lesson as being asked out and being in a relationship. So anyways, I digress, but we should definitely have like a full blown conversation.
I have so much to say on that, but I'll hold it in for a specific episode.
Yeah, we'll have a whole talk on it, but all right, well, let's pivot real quick and move on to our favorite segment, which is Crush of the Week.
Yes.
Who wants to go first?
I have a crush.
It's just
got
a little crush.
I actually am obsessed with it. Gino and I keep checking it. So I got a beautiful bouquet of flowers. It was the first flowers that the guy I've been dating, we've been dating for 3 months now. He sent me a bouquet of flowers. And I've always had it that I wanted to start drying flowers. And I was like, I'm going to be really intentional and dry some of the flowers from this first bouquet. And if we work out and it's like long haul, that's so cute. If not, cool, I'll burn them. But either way,
They'll be dry. They will make the best fire.
they will just go up in flames so nicely. So either way, I'm winning. So I ordered this kit off Amazon to dry flowers. And it can do like 16 different layers of flowers. So I have some marinating in it right now. And then I just made this bouquet. I've also been like getting artsy fartsy and like arranging my own bouquets. And I just did this one behind me for the listeners. It's calla lilies and hydrangeas and like these cute little berry things. But
I feel like this is very Golden Girls of you.
It's very Golden Girls of me. I love it. It's very Mima. I'm in my Mima era. So I was like, I'm going to buy some of these glass, like see-through picture frames, and I'm just going to start stacking the dried flowers in the picture frames after they're done to make like little things to hang around my house. Cause like I'm really into it and I'm just getting weird. It's fine. So like Gino's into it. He's like, can we check it? But it takes forever to unscrew and remove all the layers. So like, I think it's just going to live there for like a month or two more and we'll see what happens, but it's really fun. And so like, if you ever feel like you want like a low stress, easy little hobby, the kit is like, I think I got mine for $25. Then I ended up sending one to my mom for Mother's Day and she's super excited to do it too. And it's just a way, like when you get flowers or like if you grow flowers, you can just save some of them. And there's all these different techniques on how to cut it and how to put it in there so it dries in a certain way. It's just fun.
That and I was getting really into picking flowers for people. So I think that would actually be really cute to like dry them. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And like just save a date. Like any kind of flower too.
Yeah. Or like leaves or whatever.
I mean, there's a lot you can do, I'm sure. I mean, I know people do butterflies, which sounds crazy. Like, how do you trap them and what do you do? And like, do you just find dead ones? I don't want to kill one, but I've seen it. Like, I've seen the art. I've seen the art of like framed butterflies and they have to be like dried and stuff first. I don't know if it works the same as in my flower drying kit, but I'm not going to find out. But it's a thing.
I love that for other people.
All the other people, not me.
That's awesome.
Erin, what do you got?
Yeah, so I have for my whole life been a candle girly, like burn the candles in the bathroom, in the kitchen, make the house smell good, make everything feel cozy. And I've known for a long time that they're not that good for you and that they release toxins and dirt and blah, blah, blah. And I have a cousin who loves animals and she's always raised like parakeets or bungees or whatever. And she did some research that their lives were being shortened because of toxins in the air and like candles were a really big one. But I've been white knuckling my candles really, really hard because I love them. But I recently discovered, and I have one right here, these little candle lamps where you
that one's so pretty and big.
No, seriously, yes. And then there are other ones. This one fits like a shorter candle. I should have it lit up. It would look even better. But anyway, it makes like a really pretty little lamp. And I am telling you, the scent is as good as if you were burning 3 or 4 candles. It's probably more intense. The candles last way longer. They're not dirty. Obviously, not giving anything off. When it's lit, it is really pretty. You can get also adjustable ones. So you can put like the taller candles in it if you want to. And then honestly, one of the best features is you can set it on a timer. So if you know like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, and then it just goes off by itself. So you don't have to
like just leave the house because you forgot it's on, it'll turn itself off.
Yeah, that's good. So it's safer and cleaner. And so now this is my thing. I haven't lit a candle in weeks, which is a very big deal for me because I do love a candle, but it's pretty and it smells good and it like covers all the bases. So that's my new little obsession, and they're great gifts.
That's a really good
less than $20. You can order all kinds of versions and styles. And they're inexpensive. So like a great hostess gift or a great part
I was just thinking that's a great hostess gift for an event or like, if you're staying at someone's home
or housewarming gift or something. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Cute. Super cute. I just love the tortoise glass. That was pretty.
Not versus turtle. Yes, it is the tortoise.
I like your turtle glass.
I like your turtle glass. So before we started, Jessica complimented me on my blue light blocking glasses. And I tried to tell her like, oh yeah, it was like a 3-pack, black, nude, and turtle. I mean,
all I could
tortoise.
think of is like Ninja Turtles all over glass frames. I'm like, okay, girl, get it.
We knew what you meant, though. That's the thing. We knew what you meant.
Yeah.
We were none of us were picturing green and yellow or whatever.
That was funny. Anyway,
as your resident fashion consultant, I'm aware of what you meant.
Like I know the word. Okay, so for me, as people who've listened to us for a long time know, I go through phases of life where I'm more economical than others. And so I'm going through an economic phase where I'm like not wanting to spend like extra money on extra things. So I've been doing like my own nails and manicures at home. And around Christmas time, I got the Olive and June gel manicure kit. It was like $25 at Target for the starter kit. And the starter kit comes with a one color, a base coat and top coat, but it comes with a second base coat. For those of you ladies who don't like to soak off your gel manicures, they have a peel off base coat.
Oh.
So you can peel it off yourself.
Does it peel off prematurely? Tell me more.
So I did it with the peel off the first time. By the end of that day, they were peeling off.
Oh, okay.
But I do have a very oily nail bed. And so, like things do peel off a lot faster for me because of how oily my nail bed is. I have to do like a lot of prep, super alcohol, wipe it down, to get all the oil off, whatever. But yeah, so I have 3 colors right now. I have kind of like a wine, darker red color. I have this really great mocha. That's like very on trend because mocha is the color of the Pantone color of the year. And I have black. I haven't gotten any spring colors, but right now all I have on is the base coat and the top coat, and my nails are super short and whatever, but it's like super shiny. It almost gives you kind of like that bubble bath manicure that everyone's really liking.
That's actually trending right now. Nudicures, a manicure that is more nude and natural, is trending for summer along with anything butter yellow. But,
yes, I saw butter yellow is like a thing right now.
It's a huge thing right now. Huge.
Anyway, so that's my crush of the week. So the starter kit, again, it comes with peel off base coat, regular base coat, top coat, and one color. And then it comes with the UV light for curing each coat. And it's super easy. I mean, if you can paint your nails, you can do this. And if you can't paint your nails, practice makes perfect, because I was not doing perfect. But now I've pretty much got it down. So I can do a pretty good manicure in about so you cure for 60 seconds for the base coat and top coat. Each coat of color is 120 seconds. So 1 minute, 2 minutes. So that's like less than 10 minutes. And you can have like a fresh gel manicure at home. It's just super fast. That is my crush of the week.
That's
June
amazing. Is that exclusive to Target?
It is not.
Okay.
It actually started as like an online only brand, I believe, and then Target picked it up.
Nice.
But yeah, you can get it on Amazon, or you can go directly to the Olive and June website, or you can get it at Target if you want to kind of go in person and pick it up. But
cool.
Yeah,
love that.
I love it.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our first episode back. I hope you had fun. I know I did.
Yeah, me too.
It's been
lots of good fun to come too.
Yeah. All right. So we will talk to you again on our next episodes, dropping on Tuesdays. Bye. Thanks for listening to What's My Age Again, hosted by Sarah Doucette, Jessica Ciancola, and Erin Ashley. This show is edited and produced by Sarah Doucette, with our theme song Lay Down by the Paul Houston Project. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are our own and reflect our personal experiences. What's My Age Again is intended for entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to provide medical, mental health, or professional advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider before starting any new health routine, including supplements, exercise programs, or therapies. Want to connect with us? Learn more, catch up on episodes, or check out the products we crush on? head over to www.whatsmyageagainpod.com. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. And join us every Tuesday for real conversations, laughter, and a whole lot of relatability. Until next time.